Hi gang, welcome back to the Unraised Latina Ever. Today's topic, it is a gloomy, nasty, rainy day. I do not want to go outside at all, but every day I head to the gym, and it was really weird when I went through my ovarian cancer. I didn't work out for a while, and I lost weight not only because of the cancer and the surgery and everything, but because I wasn't working out. And so what happens is muscle turns to fat and your metabolism slows. And when I did start eating, and at first, I needed so much nutrients because I was nutrition deficient from the cancer, but I put on about 30 pounds, and I kind of overshot what my natural weight was by 20 pounds. And one day I was sitting somewhere and I was out talking to people and telling them about my cancer, and the guy looks at me and he's just all, "You had cancer?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, you don't look like you had cancer. You're kind of chunky." And I couldn't fucking believe it. Here's a guy who looked like he was 9 months pregnant telling me I was 15 pounds overweight. And I have to tell this story because I really needed to gain the weight in order to be healthy and strong and build up muscle again. And so, as the muscle is and the strength training and everything is coming together, yes, I went over where I wanted to be, but then now I'm back where I need to be. But, am I perfect? No, but I have a few spare pounds just in case I ever get sick again. But this fucking asshole thought he had the right to comment on my weight. And, people go through cancer and they go through the chemo and they're sicker than dogs and they can't work out and the hormonal effect, like, okay, for example, when you take out a woman's ovaries, like her hormones are just, for the first year after that surgery, are going out of fucking whack, and we are just going freaking nuts. It's everything we can to kind of maintain our sanity. But long story short, I wanted to do this video because one of my favorite comedians died of ovarian cancer, and her name was Gilda Radner. And when she came out with her book about it, and my mom was sick with cancer, lung cancer at the time, and I had developed cervical cancer, which my great grandmother had died of, and before they had any idea what cervical cancer was. But she had 8 kids and she lost her life to cervical cancer. So I had that same kind of cancer, and I had the surgery to remove it and thought that everything would be fine. I never thought in a million years that I would get a different kind of cancer, because another great grandmother died of breast cancer. And what people don't understand is breast cancer and ovarian cancer have the same BRCA gene. And very common. If you have breast cancer, you can also have ovarian cancer. And if you have ovarian cancer, you can have breast cancer. That gene is interconnected. So, I think it's important to kind of bring an awareness, because a lot of people overlook my cancer, like 5 doctors in a row. And I think that sometimes, when you go in and you say your tummy hurts or you're feeling pain, they're thinking, oh, well, you must have ate something wrong or whatever. But this is what breast cancer, or not breast cancer, but ovarian cancer feels like. It feels like you have a fucking balloon in your stomach. It feels like you can't shit, you can't eat. And during over a period of time, eventually you can't eat shit, and then you don't even feel like standing up. Okay, so you're with cancer. The thing that affects it is that as the tumor grows larger, it depletes you of all the nutrients, because the cancer has taken on a life of its own. It's like a child being growing inside your body, except it's not growing in a healthy way. It's growing in a badass way. And I kept dreaming about babies in my stomach, because it gave me that sense of feeling like I was pregnant, because I was so fucking bloated I couldn't even roll over and lay on my stomach. Not only that, when the tumor got quite large, I couldn't fucking breathe. And this was during COVID. And the last thing I wanted to do was go to the fucking doctor and tell him I couldn't fucking breathe. But I couldn't fucking breathe. But when I did go to the doctor before COVID hit and said something's wrong, he said that my tumor, which was misdiagnosed, and he called it a hernia, that my hernia came from Africa. And I said, well, my Italian grandmother is from Italy. I don't think she's from Africa, but who knows? She might have been fucking from Africa. I don't know. I mean, she doesn't look black to me, but you never know. There might have been somebody in the pile from Africa that gave us the hernia that came from Africa. But who the fuck says that, okay? Who the fuck sits there and tells you that your fucking hernia comes from Africa when your hernia is actually cancer that he actually missed? So I'm telling you people that there's some really fucked up shit out there, and you should know, okay? Because there's fucked up shit in the doctor's office. There's fucked up shit in Hollywood. I remember going on a modeling job, okay? I'm going to tell you, there's this woman out there. She saves the fucking elephants, but she, like, really, when a starving Bariqua went to work for her, she didn't inform me that the signals that I had to learn, the cues that I had to learn from the camera guys was going to be quite far away. And I wore glasses and I didn't wear contacts and I didn't see the cues, okay? Because I was fucking blinder than shit. And you can't just go, oh, let me put my glasses on so I could read your fucking hand signals when you're doing a thing for wrinkle, eye makeup shit, right? So anyway, it was a poor fit because, I'm blind as a fucking bat, okay? I can't see from a distance with 2 or 3, and I can't fucking see you, and I don't wear my glasses. And no, I don't wear contacts because I don't want to poke myself in the eye, okay? So anyway, I'm getting off the case, but I'm just saying, okay, there's a lot of people in Hollywood that will save the fucking elephants. They won't save a human being from starving, okay? And let alone, I finally get on healthcare. And everybody thinks it's so fucking great and everything, but it's subsidized. And those doctors go in there and they have to take a lower fee. So they're probably looking at you like you're a lower piece of shit being on that insurance. So, you mark off the Puerto Rican box, it's probably not a good thing. You might not want to mark off that you're Puerto Rican because you know what? That's surely asking to die, okay? Or black or any other ethnicity or whatever, because right away they're gonna typecast you as being ignorant and not knowing what you're fucking talking about. So if you do have a problem, they're gonna dismiss it, okay? But I'm saying that we think that healthcare for all and giving free shit to all is really gonna help the country. It's gonna help the poor people. No, it's not gonna help the poor people. They don't want to help the poor people. You know what? If they wanted to help the poor people, they wouldn't be letting more poor people into our country. People need to get, I guess, their heads right and understand what Marxism is, by taking away people's rights, like going to the Olympics and being quarantined for no fucking reason and being fed maybe a bowl of rice and a few pieces of meat, if even that. And weakening some of our athletes to the point they can't even fucking perform. And they think that this is like, oh, we're so happy to be here. Oh, communism is, poisoning certain groups of people because you don't like how their skin color is or how they look, or you don't like what they have to offer in their DNA, or you just don't like them, period, because they don't fit into your little like narrative of things, So what it is it's generally looking on people's Facebook profiles and seeing what you stand for and not liking you based upon your beliefs, based upon who you are as a person, as a human being, based upon that we don't fit into a certain gay narrative or communist narrative or whatever the fuck they're trying to peddle. But, really, nobody likes a squeaky wheel, right? Well, we think that when we go to a doctor, we're going to go to somebody that really cares about our problems, but they don't really fucking care about our problems because, you know what, they're in it for the money. And guess what? When they're taking a subsidy, they're not making as much money. And that would kind of piss them off because they go through all that fucking school, all that fucking training, all that fucking bullshit. And at the end of the day going, oh, the government's going to give you this check to pay for this person who couldn't pay for their insurance. We're going to bill the rest of the taxpayers a whole lot of money, so much money that they can't afford insurance. And then, you know what, just to pay for this one person, and you're going to take a subsidy and you're going to take it in the shorts while we gouge more people, more taxpayers, so more people can get on insurance that is subsidized, so more people won't be able to afford insurance. And that's how it works. And that's all a bunch of bullshit. As far as cancer and having a cure, we probably are sitting on a cure and not giving it out. Just like we knew COVID wasn't going to kill everybody off, but we're going to make everybody wear a diaper over their face that doesn't work. And we're making kids like wear this fucking bullshit and stay home from school and losing ground with their education. While third world countries completely, outdo us, okay? So we could put so much money into the education and still not get anywhere. And why? Because they're just peddling a bunch of bullshit, meaningless bullshit that isn't true, that doesn't work. And they don't really give a shit. And why don't they give a shit? Because they're paid to promote an agenda, not to educate our kids. And if you want to educate your kids, you better just keep them home. Just saying.